Y'all want solo runs? I'll give you solo runs. Hey everybody, Soul here, and welcome to my run of Dimensions and Entropy Tier 4. This is going to be a solo with the Knight of Etra herself, Lightning, and I think this is going to be a great kind of tutorial slash walkthrough of what her kit does and how to basically operate Lightning, because on the surface, while her kit looks somewhat plain, there's actually, I think, a fair amount of complexity to it, and a lot of decision making that has to go into what she's doing. So first and foremost, let's talk about the artifacts that she has. I'm going to be running an attack 108 and a max brave 330, and then two attack 108 in brave 170. So moving in from now, and especially in the future, Lightning wants those 108s and those 330s together. So getting three of those would be best case scenario. However, for solo runs, it's not a bad option to have an Attack 108 and Int Brave 170 equipped to her as well. So that's why I'm running the two 170s and the 330, because the 170s help her regen a lot, especially now, and really helps her damage out. So also, you'll notice that the 320 out of 410 CP, it's pretty low. This is because Lightning has a bunch of speed passives that are highly recommended to remove. So let's scroll all the way down to the bottom here. So Quick Flourish, Steel, and Quick Spark Strike raise turn rates to those respective moves, so those are off. Speed Buff and Rapid Speed are both off as well. And Ability Speed Bonus. Ability Speed Bonus raises turn rate or Billion Chain. So basically, any passives that raise her speed or her turn rates, you want to turn off. The reason for this is because her EX actually charges faster with these off. Her EX charges when an enemy gets a turn, which is nice. But more importantly, it prevents her from jumping up all the time. The jumping up in front of enemy turns sounds great. In actuality, it's a hindrance, because to justify that jump up, you have to use an ability. You know, you have to... the damage per turn equation has to work out. And in a solo run, there's a very, very high chance she will just straight up flame out if you go too quick. Now, there's also a sixth passive that a lot of people recommend turning off, and this is Blinded by Light. This is her Crystal 50 passive, so that it raises attack and speed if HP is max at start of last wave. I keep it on. I've experimented a lot with her, and I believe that the speed up is so marginal, and in terms of affecting her EX recharge rate, I think it's actually worth equipping, because it raises her attack, and that really helps when Chaos Bosses raise their defenses up. So, yeah, there have been a couple people that have already ran this. The big one that I saw, gave me inspiration to do this myself, is Vane Novus from the Tomberry Troop. Great guy. He only has like 350 subs, so I'll leave a link to his channel in the description if you guys would like to check him out. He's a really nice guy and good player. And here's Lightning's spheres. So I was talking about earlier, Int Brave and Attack is what she's got. So that's what she's got from Machina Sphere. That's what she's got from her own. And then Hope Sphere. Hope Sphere is so good for her, because whenever she uses a skill, she grants herself a buff, and then this immediately reapplies. So as far as D-Spheres go, D-Spheres are pretty eh, but I believe that is a terrific D-Sphere for her. We're also running Ifrit, obvious reasons. Enough talking, guys. Let's get to it. Okay, so first and foremost, this guy has to not use Evil Eye. Perfect. Okay, so the way I originally went in her 3-3 showcase video, I said I'd like to Spark Strike first and then follow with EX. But at the start of this fight, Lightning is actually doing cap damage on her attacks regardless. So we're going to actually level up Ferocious Steel. And there's our EX. So, something I definitely want you guys to take note of right away is that, see how her buffs, her Brave Regen buff is at 6? So we're going to go ahead and use her EX, and what this does now, oh my god, that's so tiny. So, something they added is it extends her own buff duration by 1 turn. This is going to be very, very important moving forward. Okay, so we just used our EX, we have a free ability use, so I'm actually going to go ahead and stay in her commando role, because since he's doing so much damage on her attacks, it's actually a good idea to stay in the commando role, because her HP plus is going to be doing so much damage. Okay, so EX ready again, so we'll fire that off. Okay, so let's go ahead and Spark Strike. So something that's very, very important, and I cannot stress to you guys enough. she needs to be in her Ravager stance at the end of every wave. This is because when she's in Ravager, she has a speed boost. It gives her a slight speed boost, and this is extremely important to help her go in front of enemies on their turns, especially on wave 4. Wave 4, if you are not in Ravager, it's bad. It's not good. Not good at all. So definitely something to keep in mind. So now, my battery's running out soon. Perfect. The video wouldn't be complete without it. Okay, so now if you look, she is at 1 turn left in her Brave regen. So this is a good time for me to use Flourish Steel and to switch over. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, we'll go ahead and use her EX. Okay, so ideally, by the time we get to wave 5, we'll have approximately 10 to 12 skill uses left. So with that information, we're going to nurse this fight as much as possible and kind of lean on that HP plus as necessary. Okay, so see what my EX charge gauge is at now. So if I use an ability, I would get her EX, but it would be a waste. The reason for this is because when I HP plus, it's going to put, or Brave plus, it's going to put the gauge close enough to where when the enemy gets a turn, it'll charge it for me. There we go. Okay, so I am actually going to HP plus plus with Commando first, get that break. So push him back. And now I'll EX. So this way we're maximizing the amount of turns that the Chimera is getting delayed. So let's go ahead and keep flourishing. I'll leave one again. So now let's switch over to Spark Strike. I want to be in her Ravager form here, because I want to get the 2-turn delay for the next EX hit. The reason for this is because when it switches to the Lion Head, the attack that the Lion does is very strong, and if Lightning does not have a pretty significant amount of Brave beforehand, she will definitely get broken. So let's go ahead and... yeah, let's Brave Attack Ravager. Okay, whew, there we go, made it. Okay, so when it switches to the Dragon Head here, if you've done too much damage to it, this will actually be an all attack, and this all attack is a devastating Brave HP attack on Lightning, and so avoiding that at all costs is definitely recommended. Go ahead and flourish, get that Brave Regen effect back up. HP plus plus. And then we'll Brave. Okay, so here we go. So the Goat Head is active. The Goat Head has fire weakness, so timing this correctly is tremendously important. So let's go ahead and use Army of One here. Spark Strike, give ourselves the attack up. Okay, and so now we're going to go ahead and summon. Because when this thing goes into red health, which is about 25% health, it will put up a massive defense buff, and we don't want anything to do with that. So we are going to slap this guy around as much as we can, with that fire weakness being active. we're in the summon, he cannot activate his defense buff. So we're still doing some really nice damage here. Perfect. Ending the summon with your EX. Okay, so the wave's almost over. We got ourselves a free ability use. Let's switch back over to Ravager. Okay, there's that defense up. And now we'll just basically just nurse this guy to death with HP plus. Okay, so this thing is actually pretty darn spongy. It's kind of comical how spongy the Angel is. So I think, you know what? Well, I'll lose my Brv regen if I don't use her skill 2 here. Yeah, let's go ahead and flourish. Keep that Brv regen buff up. We got to really maximize buffs and damage here as much as possible. Okay, and then we'll Brave attack. So that'll be her EX. So getting broken against this thing is obviously a huge no-no, because she will immediately do a big HP attack, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so we have one turn left of Knight of Etro, so let's go ahead and HP++, get that free break. Turn. Army of 1. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's go ahead and flourish again. Revelation, now she's powered up. And let's go ahead and Spark Strike. Okay, and EX is ready. Okay, perfect. We're in our Ravager form, so we will have the speed up. Okay, so I did have to do a reset there because this wave, I really have trouble with this wave because this boss is so unpredictable, and if he gets a chance to act, you're really in trouble. He can really hit hard. So I'm going to attempt to keep him as corralled as possible here. Okay, that was a good miss, actually. I'll take that. Yes, there we go. Let's go ahead and fire the EX off. Let's go ahead and use Spark Strike, that way we can slide up and break up those 2 turns he's getting in a row. Because that's like, in this stage, an enemy getting 2 turns in a row is very problematic. And potentially a death. It usually is a death. Okay, perfect. So we're in the Ravager stance. We're good to go. Okay, so pretty much now at this point we are in just like an all-out kind of blitz kind of mode where it's kind of just a rush to the end, trying to beat this before Lightning runs out of abilities, and yeah, GG at that point. So we'll add HP++, get that break. And then we'll break. And there's our EX again. So we're going to go ahead and use it for 65 here. Still have all 3 left, which is great. Really is going to help here. There's Renew, so she heals herself up to full. Let's go ahead and Spark Stroke again. So now we got Lightning back to full strength here. This is ready to be launched. I really want to take advantage of the launch opportunity, so we'll go ahead and Flourish. So pretty much at this point, Lightning gets into kind of a nice little rotation here with her skills, and this wave kind of feels like a nice reprieve of sorts after the prior ones, because here you can really just go ham with Lightning and really take advantage of the fact that her EX is being charged actually pretty darn quick now, as compared to the last several waves. Now, there is something I want to touch upon here while I've got all of your guys' attention. So, you guys might have seen a lot of videos of Lightning doing some things like soloing Dimensions End 1, soloing some other stages, and I've seen some people ask me, okay, wait, so why can't I do this now, because I saw Lightning in that video do it? The reason is because when Lightning 3.3 first released in JP, there was a bug with her EX recharge rate. It was recharging much quicker than originally intended, and so this was obviously fixed for us. So what ended up happening was they would use, so for example, they would 3.3, use their EX here, and then they would use a skill, use the free skill, they would use one more skill, and then the EX would be ready to go. And for us, it's skill, and then you have to HP plus or Brave plus, and then the EX is ready. So they added like an extra step for us, but that was how they originally intended her to be. So it's a bit disappointing for sure, but it's, you know, again, she wasn't the way that they had originally intended her for to be. So we kind of got the short end of the stick on that one. But that's why lightning. I was actually talking about this with Vane Novus, a guy I mentioned at the very start of the video, and I've talked to some other people, like Jin Lee, and I think this is going to lead to less true solo opportunities with lightning. You know, it's true solo as in no support, just because of the very nature of that. And, you know, there's that extra turn, because some bosses don't allow you, you know, that extra turn to use that Brave plus or that HP plus. So we'll see. I'm sure that lightning players can still get very creative and do some amazing things with her, but yeah, it remains to be seen just how much. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we are just about at the end of this stage here. And yeah, that's going to do it. See you later. Okay, so there we go, guys. So hopefully this was a nice little run for you guys. You know, I would recommend looking down in the bottom right corner when I'm using moves and seeing how far along my EX gauge is, and then what I'm doing then to charge the gauge and how much the gauge then moves accordingly. Lightning is a very, very good character. She's not as good as she was when she first released in JP with that 3-3, just because she was bugged. We got the fixed version, the quote-unquote fixed version. So she's not going to be able to true solo as much stuff. So just keep that in mind, okay? Temper your expectations. It's disappointing, but again, you know, it is what it is. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope this video helped some of you guys out. This is definitely doable with her. And yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. So thank you all for watching again. Stay healthy and safe, guys. I'll see you again very soon. Take care.